Welcome back to the Daily Bitcoin 5. 5 stories every day that matter to Bitcoin. Today on the Bitcoin 5, the UK is one step closer to having its own STRC-like perpetual preferred digital credit product following the latest developments from the Smarter Web company. Let's go. Before the stories, the Bitcoin price check. Current price, about $66,100. Bitcoin shows modest strength across short-term timeframes, up 3.1% over 4 days and 3.7% over 4 weeks, as it reclaims the $66,000 level. The most telling metric is the 4-year view. BTC has gained 183.6% since July 2021, validating the long-term holder thesis despite recent consolidation. Story 5, US-China AI spending gap more fiction than fact. A Stanford AI Index report shows the US outspending China on AI by 23 times, $286 billion versus $12.4 billion in private investment for 2025. But the headline number masks a more complex reality with major implications for Bitcoin's energy and compute thesis. China's $12.4 billion figure excludes an estimated $184 billion in state-directed funding since 2000 money that doesn't appear in private investment metrics. Analysts at Societe Generale have believed China's real AI spending is far closer to US levels, just structured to remain invisible. Story 4. Strive acquired 21 Bitcoin for approximately $1.3 million at an average cost of about $63,200 per Bitcoin, one of the growing list of corporations adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets. The purchase, executed through tickers ISST and SETA, represents another data point in the corporate Bitcoin adoption trend. While smaller than Strategy's massive purchases, Strive's entry demonstrates how the Bitcoin treasury strategy is spreading beyond early movers to a broader range of public companies. The about $63,200 average cost proved well-timed, as Bitcoin has since rallied above $66,000. Story 3. Saylor Weighs In on BIP 110. Controversy: Michael Saylor entered the Bitcoin protocol debate, issuing a strong statement against BIP 110, a proposed change to Bitcoin's consensus rules. The impulse to change Bitcoin's rules merely to prevent others from using Bitcoin in ways you disapprove of is statist and alien to a community rooted in liberty, property rights, free markets, natural law, and Austrian economics, Saylor wrote. BIP 110 would impose what Saylor calls monetary purity by fiat, restricting certain use cases on the Bitcoin network. Story 2. Trump clears path for Clarity Act with ethics agreement. President Trump has officially agreed to ethics provisions for the Clarity Act, removing one of the final political obstacles to comprehensive crypto regulation. Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire appeared on CNBC to discuss the implications of both the Clarity Act and the Genius Act, which is scheduled to take effect in January 2027. Once the Genius Act goes into effect in January, every major institution, every major bank, every capital markets firm, payments companies, enterprises can all now build on this infrastructure, Allaire told CNBC. Eleanor Terrett commented yesterday, "I'm hearing from multiple industry sources that the White House has agreed on an ethics package for the Clarity Act and sent the language to certain Senate Republicans this afternoon. It's still unclear what the details of the agreement are, but industry participants are hopeful this could clear the way for updated bill text to be released soon." Story 1. The High Court approved the reduction of the company's share premium account by $210 million on 14 July, with the transaction becoming effective following registration. The move does not reduce the company's net assets or change the number of shares in circulation. Instead, it converts previously restricted capital into distributable reserves that could support dividend-bearing securities. This removes a key structural prerequisite for what could become the UK's first Bitcoin-backed perpetual preferred share, a digital credit instrument similar to Strategy's STRC, although its final structure, launch, and any required shareholder approvals are yet to be confirmed. For Bitcoin, the significance is that Smarter Web is building the capital markets infrastructure to move beyond ordinary equity and potentially fund its Bitcoin strategy through institutional yield-bearing securities, following in the footsteps of Strategy and Strive in the US with their STRC and SETA products. That's today's Bitcoin 5. Let me know your favourite story from today in the comments below, and subscribe now so tomorrow's update lands directly in your feed. I'll see you tomorrow.